Hi everyone, it's Kelly with Kelly Richmond Scrapbooking. I'm an independent advisor with Creative Memories, and I am here today to do this blog sketch. This is a super fun blog sketch from August 7th of 2023, and I totally fell in love with this layout, so I thought we would do this one together. It's a bunch of circles, cutting a bunch of circles, so that's going to be fun. If you would like the handout for this, it is on my Facebook group, Scrap Happy with Kelly, so you can go and find it there. I'll try and put a link to that group in the comments. Anyway, so that's where that handout is. It's a fairly easy layout, just 3 pictures and a bunch of circles, just for some interest. So I'm super excited about that. I'm going to be using the Magic Awaits paper pack, and this is actually an older paper pack. It's from 2020, but I loved it, so I snagged several of these paper packs up and embellishment packs so that I could use it when I got to the pictures of Disney, because it's the perfect colors for our trip to Disney. So that's what I'm going to do. I do have this little title that I cut out on my Cricut. I've bought some of the Disney cartridges from years ago, and so I've used this design for the logo a couple times. So I'm going to set that aside for now. We'll do that in a little bit. So let's get started. Like I said, I'm going to be using the Magic Awaits paper pack. There's some super fun basic papers in here that I'm going to use. I'm also going to use some red cardstock, black cardstock, and then this is an old retired color goldenrod. This is cranberry. Those are the colors. And I'm going to use this yellow as a base. In the instructions, it says they use a navy cardstock as a base. I would suggest for this layout to definitely use cardstock for the base, because we're going to cut these circles out of designer paper. So this top part of the layout is going to be really busy. So to have that blank solid underneath is probably a really good idea. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to make this into a 2-page spread. So we'll see how that goes. I've got some other fun things I want to put on here. This is an old die cut from Creative Memories from years ago. I want to kind of put that somewhere instead of the circles, put a little Mickey, kind of like a hidden Mickey. And then I've got, some photos and a brochure that I want to put on there too. So I'm going to set those things aside for now, because the first thing we need to do is we're going to, I'm going to skip 2 for a little bit. I'm not going to do my mats quite yet, because I want to kind of arrange things first and then decide if those sizes are going to work for my photos. Okay. So the first thing it says is cut a variety of paper using the inside edge of your circle custom cutting system. And it says using the inside edge and using all of the blades. But we also want to make sure that we also cut out some mats for those circles. So I'm not going to use the all of the blades for the paper. Otherwise, I'm not going to have enough to mat. If I cut with the red, that's the closest. It's going to make the biggest circle. And then I'm not going to have any way to mat that to make it look uniform. So I'm not going to cut with the red blade. I'm just going to cut with these 2 blades, and that will make more sense here in a little bit. So let me get my cardstock and stuff out of the way. I just want my papers for right now. Those are going to be my base. I don't want those in the way right now either. So like I said, we're just going to cut a variety of circles. And here on the design, let me pull that back out again. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11, we're going to double it. So because I'm doing a 2-page spread. So we don't need quite double because I want to put that in there. I'm going to put a title in there. So we'll just do some random ones and see how it works out. Okay. These are the kind of the papers that I picked. Super fun, right? Those are some super fun papers. A little bit of everything. So let's just get started. Now, if you have never used a custom cutting system, the custom cutting system is super fun. These are the circle patterns. There's 3 circle patterns that come in the set. And then you can buy these blades. And the fun thing about the blades is they're different widths away from the pattern, okay? So how that's gonna work is I'm gonna take this piece of paper. I'm just gonna start with the smallest one. And I'm gonna cut. The blades kind of go in this order. Red is the closest to the pattern. The green is a 1/4 inch of farther away from where the red cuts. And then the blue is another 1/4 of an inch, so a 1/2 inch away from where the red cuts. So like I said, I'm going to use the inside. And so I'm going to not use this red because I want to save that for my mats. Okay. And so I'm just going to start. Let's start with the... I don't want to make it too small, so I'm going to use the green blade. And you've got these little pegs, and they go right in the groove. And then you put a little pressure and run it around, and it cuts a perfect circle. If I can get it up. So there we go. I have this cute little circle, okay? So now I'm just going to move on to a different color or a different pattern, because I don't want to do too many because I have so many different papers. I don't want to do too many of the same paper. Okay. Let's do the green. So that one's kind of big. Okay, so there's 2 more. Do some yellow ones. Yeah, see, look how small that one is. Kind of fun. Let's do with the blue blade. Now, the blue always is the farthest away. So since I'm using the inside, it's going to make the smallest circle from that pattern. All right, let's do some of this size using the green. And that one using the green. I'm going to kind of group these into different sizes, so I have kind of an idea of how many I have of each one. Let's do a big one. Now there are different shapes of these patterns. We've got ovals, we've got squares that are kind of have rounded edges, and you can either cut your paper or your photos using the custom cutting system. So this is a super, super cool tool. There is also the jumbo circle that's really, really big that works just exactly the same. It's just a different pattern. And I love them. They're just super fast and easy way to cut a circle. All right, let's do one of the big ones with this again. This plaid is super cute. And let's do a medium-sized one. I'm going to use the green blade on that one. Okay, and then let's do another medium using the blue blade. And we'll do another small one using the green blade. Okay. All right, there we go. So let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let's see if that will work for now. Now the next thing that we're gonna need to do is we need to make mats for all of these circles. So that's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. I think I wanna do, since I'm doing a yellow background, I think I wanna do my mats in black. So let me pull out my black cardstock, and I've got some scraps that I'm gonna try and use that first. And okay, so we've got 3 exactly of the exact same size. And we know this is the large pattern. And it looks like it's from the green blade. So I'm gonna cut it with the red blade because the red would be the next size up, and we'll just check to see if it's the right size. This does also have a little plastic guide that you can use. I just don't ever use it. Oh, this might be too big. It is, but it will fit this one perfectly. Okay, so this one is a little bit bigger, so we know for sure then that this is gonna use the green blade, and it should be about perfect. And I need 3 of those. Let's just double check just to be sure. I'm pretty positive that's right. Yes. So 2 more. And this one is just, I think it might be a little bit too small, so, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna have to be really careful not to let my paper move. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so those were those ones. Okay, so that pattern's done. Now for the medium one, it looks like we've got, same thing, 2 different sizes. So this one, I'm guessing is gonna be using the red. double check. Yep. So 2 more of those. Oh, I didn't get it quite lined up. Okay, and then that one is going to use the green blade. That's too small of a piece. Perfect. Okay. Oh, this one, I bet you this is also that. Let's try, is that the same size? It sure is. Oh, I bet you I cut this wrong. I did. It's the same size. So we need the green blade. One. Two. All right. Perfect. All right, and then we've got our little smalls. So we're gonna use the inside. And we've got 3 of that size and 1 little tiny one. So I am gonna pull these over because I think I can still get some out of this, which I can. And I want to use up every little tiny piece I can. And one using the green blade. Okay. I think that should do it. All right, the nice thing about these blades is you just take them out and flip them over, and then you've got your blade protected. So that's what I'm gonna do, is just close those up so I don't cut myself or anything like that. And let's put these together really quick. Ooh, I kind of like the stars. I'm gonna do the star side. And I'm gonna do this red side on this one, because I can. Let's see what's on the back of that. Polka dots. Why not? We like to add a little bit of variety by not using this same paper on all of them. That will kind of be fun. That one, I don't think I have a choice. I think the back side might be too busy. Yeah. We'll keep the little parts on this one. Same with that one. Oh, I kind of like that. Let's do that. All right, let's start putting our page together. Okay, so I'm going to kind of gather all of these up. Putting them in similar size groups. So it's a little bit easier to decide how to use them. Okay, let's get out our base. So like I said, I'm going to turn it into a 2-page spread. I'm going to use this goldenrod cardstock as my base for both my pages. All right. Let's kind of lay out our pictures. So this has a picture kind of as the focal in the center, and then 2 smaller pictures on either side. I know I want this map. This is a map of Epcot, and that's the first day where we went. So I know I want to put that here. So I'm just going to set it there. I'm actually going to put it in a little pocket on the page protector afterwards, so I'll have to do that later. But I want it there just as a reference. That I know I can cut down. This one I think I want as kind of my focal point. And this one will be the cut down one. I do have one photo that's horizontal. So we'll be messing around a little bit with that one. This one is a bigger, this one I can trim down smaller. I think I'm gonna do kind of like this layout. Or I could do that as my larger, that as my smaller. I could overlap this a little bit like that. I'm not as crazy about that layout though. Oh, what if we did something like that? And then we could do our Mickey kind of right here with some of the circles around. This does have a border element that goes right through and goes right across the pictures. So I really like that. So I think we'll do something like that. Okay. So their pictures, they have the center one as a 4x6. This one is a 3.5 by 4.5. This is a really small 2 3/4 by 4, which I don't think I'm going to make it that small. So the nice thing about the sketch is it's just kind of general. You could follow it exactly, or you can kind of tweak it a little bit like I am. So let's do that. This one I'm going to cut down. Actually, no, I don't think I'm going to cut this one down. I think I'm going to actually do this as a leave it as a 4x6. It's a selfie, and so we're just barely fitting in there in the first place. So I don't think if I cut it down, I'm going to cut more off of people's faces. So I don't want to do that. So I'll leave that one as a 4x6. This one I am going to cut down to 3.5 by 4.5. And that one will be an easy trim because it's just cars by 4.5. And the thing that we're really focusing is on that Epcot ball. And I am gonna have to overlap that a little bit just because that brochure is kind of in the way a little bit. This one I am gonna trim down, and this one I'm gonna trim down. Just gonna cut 1/4 of an inch off of both sides. A little bit more. Just checking it to make sure that looks good. Okay, so this one I'm gonna cut down to 3.5 by 4.5, just like that other small one. And I'm gonna cut some off the bottom, turn it around, and cut the rest off the top. That way it's more centered. All right, now let's make our mats. And I'm gonna mat out of the cranberry. These colors look really amazing together. All right, so I have 2 photos that are exactly that I've trimmed 1/4 of an inch off, so I can make those mats 4 by 6. So I'm just gonna cut this at 4 inches and then cut it in half at 6, and that will make my 2 mats. And then I've got 2 that are 3.5 by 4.5. So let's see if I do. Let's do, if we do our 6 1/4 first. Okay. And then four and a half. So let's cut that at 4 3/4, and then I should have enough to do 3 3/4 and another 3 3/4. So that should give me my mats. And I've got 2 little pieces left over. Awesome. All right, let's get these matted. We're going to kind of put them in place here. And then we'll get our little circles on, add some little fun details, and we'll be done. Okay. So if we have that here, we have this picture right here, and we're gonna overlap just a little bit, and that I think will be fine. And then let's play around with some of our circles. They have one kind of up here going off the edge, which I really kind of like that. We don't have quite as much space over here because we've got this brochure that's going to be here, but I think that will be fine. Let's add a little bit. This one will be fun to do. Oh my goodness, now I can't pick it up. That has a little piece that needs to be trimmed off. Where's my micro tip scissors? I'm gonna just trim that. We've got to make sure that we leave room for our title, which our title we could, if we move this over a little bit like this, then we can put our title right in there. Yeah, I like that. Let's put another grouping right here. Okay, and then over here on this side, like I said, I really want to do the little Mickey right here. We could even, to fill in some of this space right here, put a few like right down here. See, we're not even going to use all of them. I kind of want to do something like that. Yeah. There we go. Okay. I think this is kind of set how we're going to do it. And then we can also add some like round stickers to kind of make it more of a grouping, would be super fun too. Yeah, I want to leave that out just because I want to make sure we have room for our title. Okay, so I think that's how I've got it set for so far. I'm going to set that aside really quick so I can put these on. That one I'm going to go just right to the edge. You know, I almost feel, no, title. We got to leave space for the title. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put these on. I know they're hanging over the edge, but I'm just going to put them on and then I'll come back and trim off the excess that I need to have trimmed off. And I think we can go ahead and put here are pictures. There's that brochure. We got to make sure we leave enough space. For that brochure. Oh, I did that crooked. I want those stripes to be going the right way. But I want that. It's a little white spot, so I want to tuck that under. Oh, I didn't even put my hearts in the right direction either. This is a multi-purpose tool and it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. You can kind of use it to lift things off. Look at this. I put that way too low. Actually, I think it's going to be okay. I think we'll leave it. All right, let's do this side. So see, it's not exactly like the sketch, but it's similar. And that's really what the sketches are for, is just, you know, just to give you some direction, a little bit of ideas, and you can modify and change it to the way that's going to work best for your liking and also for your pictures, what you have. So I'm going to tuck that one underneath. I want that one not. Okay, we want Mickey right there. Okay, now I've got to decide for my little, see how they've got this cute little trim piece right here, a little border sticker. So I've got a couple different options. Magic Weights came with these really fun borders that I could use one of them. Like this little zigzag one would kind of be cute. Let's just grab it and lay it out and see what we think. Or I have some actual stickers. Okay, so there's that option. And I have another one. We could do stars. I kind of like the stars. Or we have these little circles. I think I like the circles the best. I think this color is just off just a little bit, so I don't think I want to use that. I'm going to set that aside. And we could do cameras. I think I like this. I think this is what we're going to go with. I'm going to move that out of the way because I don't want it to go over top of that. I'm going to line it up right here at the 1/2 inch. Okay. Oh, scratch that. I also have this sticker down here that it says, "Let the adventure begin." Oh, I forgot. That's the one I want. All right, prime example. Let's see if we can get this off. Oh, look at that. Saved by the multi-purpose tool. Okay. Yes, this is what we want. There's this little tiny white. It's going to make it stand out because it's white. Yeah, that's the one I want. Yes. I have another one right here. Yep. All right. let's line this up. Make sure my paper is straight on my 13 by 13 mat. Line that up with the 1/2 inch mark. All right, perfect. All right, now we're gonna trim that off. So I'm just gonna take this, I'm gonna flip it over in my trimmer. I'm gonna line it up. And I could use scissors, but this works too. Okay, throw that piece away. You can do the same thing with this side, or this side of the page. Okay. And there we go. Trimmed off. Perfect. All right. Now, let's work on our title. And let me show you a super fun trick. Okay? So, like I said, I cut this title out on my Cricut. I want to put it right there. I want to make sure my spacing is correct. So this is what I'm going to do. I kept that negative piece specifically so I could line it up. Okay? And I'm going to just take my letters, slide them off onto this mat right here. I'm going to set this where I want it. And then I'm going to flip this over. This is the repositionable tape. It's perfect because it makes these little dots. And whatever isn't on there, it doesn't stick to the mat either because the mat is silicone. And then I'm just gonna press that down. Now do my next letter, which is my I. And a little swirly thing. I gotta make sure it's going the right direction before I put my repositionable tape on it. Okay. I know it's kind of, it's a little way to cheat on your spacing to make sure it's spaced correctly. I could also use the glue pen, but I like the repositionable tape. I think it's faster. And over time it becomes permanent. So, all right, so I got it all down, and now I'm just gonna carefully lift this. And voila, it's done. Okay, so title's on there. I do want to do a few embellishments. It's pretty busy already, but I want to do a few more. Let's see. Let's do, I definitely wanted to do a couple more, especially the circles, to add some, see here in the sketch, they've added these, you know, fun little additional elements, just for fun and interest. So I want to do that. I'm gonna put this back on just for placement to make sure that I'm not going, you know, make sure that I don't put something there and then you can't even see. That is super cute right there. We've got some cute little hearts. Stay magical. This is a fun one with the, we're all wearing sunglasses. Yeah, that would look cute right there. Okay. I love this one, and it's gonna go perfectly right in here. And like this. Okay. I think we're done. There we go. The only thing I want to add is, oh, I forgot to add my ticket. Well, I can add that to a different page because I think it would be too busy. Actually, oh, I could probably put it right there and it would be okay. Let's do it. Let's see here. I want to add that this is the first day. So maybe what I'll do is add it right there. Let's trim a little piece of paper. We just need about a ½ inch. Actually, no, let's do it in white so it will stand out. Let's see here. Let me find a little scrap of white paper here. Yep. That's gonna work. I'm gonna just cover that like that. Take my little gonna make it a little bit stand out a little more, just a little decorative. there we go. All done. What do you think? Again, so I just took a simple, well, not quite simple, took a 1-page spread, extended it into 2. Most of my layouts I try and do in 2-page spreads anyway. So, and I did, like I said, I did deviate just a little bit from this design, but overall I love how it turned out. Just the little fun extra touches to it. And there you go. And like I said, if you want to print this sketch, I do have this handout. It's on my Facebook group, Scrap Happy with Kelly. You can go and join there, and I've got lots of sketches, or lots of handouts with all the sketches that I've done. So that's where you can find it. I hope you guys try this page. It's a super fun page, so I hope you try it. Hope you guys have a great day and happy scrapping. Bye-bye.